Merriment Part 3 Nemesis is not as bad as you think. Yes. And these are reasons why you might need to see the Merriment Part 3. And the reason why it is this bad, it's not because of the Part 3, guys. It's because of the Part 1 and Part 2. When Merriment Part 1 came out, it was epic. We loved Merriment. We loved the Yoruba demons. We loved AY. We loved Nas. We loved the characters, Remy and the rest. But that was what we wanted. We wanted it to stop there. Like, it should just stop there. You gave us everything and we fell in love with the everything. But then part 2 came out and we started asking ourselves questions. Why will you bring a Merriment part 2 when part 1 was just perfect? Part 2 came in and did not do justice to the story. Part 2 just felt like they wanted to spray some money in the box office and create another adventure. The movie Merriment does not fit to be a trilogy. Honestly, it does not. As a film alone, Merriment stands on its own. If they had wanted it to be a trilogy, I would have suggested they had used different sets of Merriment, probably another categories of Merriment, just like how we do James Bond 1, James Bond 2, and James Bond 3. One thing I really like about the Merriment was the cinematography. Yes, I'm a cinematography student at Elka, so I've been learning a lot about cinematography. The cinematographer, whoever the DP was, tried his best to portray the action storytelling with the camera angles, which was insane. I watched Merriment for 2 days. The first one I slept off, and the second one I got my attention back to the movie when we see this church scene of when Daffy is about to kill the priest, which was really, really beautiful. I love the practical lights on the altars, the candles. It made it so, so pretty. The cinematographer actually forced us to see the action part. If we had a bad cinematographer, this Merriment Nemesis would have been terrible. But the cinematographer did so much to try to portray. I can see different angles, different camera angles. I loved especially the rotation round whenever Daffy and AY were having this encounter. It was like really, really good. We could see the dodge tilting, we could see the lower angle camera, and which was like really, really good. But if a cinematographer comes in doing production, why doing pre-production we have a bad script? There is so much it can do. And now we're moving over to the final part, the post-production. I am big with post-production. Apart from maybe we'll say the color grading and the cuts. The VFX was terrible, guys. Come on. The VFX was so fake. So they wanted it to be real, but it ended up being mean. The first lame part was when the car exploded. It felt so fake. But the sharp cut was actually cool. The second lame one was when Daffy sets the bag of money on fire. And that was like the lamest lame. The fire kept burning. It is so boring. I would have felt they would have used actual fire. And then the worst of it all was the gunshot sequence. I have seen so many Nollywood movies with gunshots sequence, the fire coming out of the gun, but this one was the fakest I have ever seen. The SFX was not matching with the actions in the film, which was a little bit, it was a little bit too much for me because I was watching directly from Netflix and I'm like, why is it not matching? So, did you see Merriment Part 3? Well, I don't know. I think you should see it. Well, actually, it's actually on the top 10 in Nigeria. Subscribe to this channel, drop a comment on what you think about Merriment Part 3. And yes, like this video and turn on your notification if you haven't turned on your notification, especially for recurring subscribers. Ciao, ciao!